Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to, according to AKARA, Bedtime Stories. Hey, y'all. Welcome to Bedtime Stories. And as I have started in my new practice is presenting a cocktail before I go into the chapter reviews of Caught Up Loving a Trill One. I've read chapter one, and I did the review last week. I've read chapter 2 and 3, and I'm excited to get into that. But before we get started, I'm going to present to you one of my favorite drinks. One of my favorite drinks is Bob Marley. It's very few non-black establishments, bartenders, that knows how to make a good Bob Marley. And let's just get into it. Okay, so what you're going to need is rum. And today's featured rum would be Appleton Estate 12-year aged rum. Okay, it is a Jamaican rum, and I think it was only suitable for me to use a Jamaican rum before a Jamaican-based drink. We're also going to be using blue curacao. That's spelled C-U-R-A-C with a funny accent at the bottom of the C. Curacao, to give that S sound. So, A-O, liqueur. Now, I got the liqueur. They had a non-liqueur blue curacao, which probably could work, but I feel like the liqueur, this is a citrus blue liqueur. So that means it has spirits in this liqueur. Okay, but you can get a non-alcoholic version of this if you want to make a version Bob Marley. I think you could do it. All you really need is some blue curacao, non-alcoholic, some grenadine, which is also a grenadine, a red syrup is usually a cherry flavor. This is pomegranate infused, cherry and pomegranate infused grenadine, blue curacao, non-alcoholic, pineapple, orange juice, or orange juice. I like to have the blend of pineapple and orange juice blend. That's my preference. And you could just exclude the rum if you want to make a virgin Bob Marley. Okay? All right, so what I'm going to do first is I want to taste this 12-year aged Appleton Estate rum. So I'm going to take a small, I'm not even going to do a whole shot because I'm just tasting it. Okay, I have with me today my Diva shot glass that I got in Bahamas, I believe. Diva forever, and I am a diva. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. It's much like the El Dorado that I featured in a couple of weeks ago. It was a 12-year aged rum. That one I think was a Barbados rum. This is a Jamaican rum. I can tell that it was aged in like an oak barrel or something. Very, very woodsy. It does not sting like the real McCoy, the 3-year aged rum, because it wasn't in a barrel. You could tell that it was stored some other way. It wasn't stored. The real McCoy 3-year aged rum. Now I'm not saying real McCoy is not a good rum. It just was not. It wasn't aged as long as the 12-year. And I'm noticing with my 12-year aged rum, it's much smoother. It's still warm going down, but it doesn't sting. Much more flavor. I mean, I'm just enjoying the flavor of this Appleton rum, this Jamaican rum. Very oaky. There's a nice rum funk, as they call it. And hopefully I won't have a hangover because I have drank my water today. I haven't taken any ibuprofens, but let's get into it. So I'm going to turn this music off because it's getting loud. Hello? Okay, so let's get into the Bob Marley. Now, Bob Marley, made correctly, you only need one Bob Marley. Okay? So, first what we need to do is we're going to, the first step is using your grenadine. You're going to put it at the bottom of the glass. You're going to squirt a couple of shots down there at the bottom. Okay? that was probably maybe a couple of shots worth of grenadine. I'm not measuring it via shot glass or measurements. This is one that I do freehand. Okay, now you need ice. Cubed ice. Do not use crushed ice. Don't use the fluffy stuff. You know, don't use snow. You need ice. This is going to help. This is going to help separate. For whatever reason, cubed ice helps separate. Oh, help it keep its layers. Okay. Now we fill the glass up with ice cubes. Okay, ice cubes, not crushed ice, not fluffy snow ice. Cubed ice. Okay. Now we're going to do maybe about a shot or two of rum. Okay. Then we're going to pour in the orange pineapple juice. Okay. Now you do some more rum. There's a lot of rum in this drink. Okay. Another shot or two. All right. And now you're going to put some blue carousel in your drink at the top layer. And that is going to mix in, it's going to make the orange look a little greenish, but it still shall keep its layers. And Bob Marley. You see the layers, the red, the yellow, the green. I put a little more blue carousel in there. And that's your Bob Marley. Grenadine, orange juice, grenadine, lots of ice, cubes, orange juice, rum. Well, I'm sorry. It's grenadine, lots of ice, rum, got about 1 or 2 shots of rum, orange juice. Okay, maybe about a half a cup of orange juice. You know, just gauge it. I could have probably used more orange juice. More rum. And then blue carousel at the top. And then you have the layers. Now, you don't see as much of the layers. It's more blue than there is red. I probably could have used a little more grenadine, but you still see the layers. You still see the layers in the drink. Now, the way you drink it, you do not stir. Do not stir this drink at first. Okay? You need a straw to drink this drink. And what you do is you suck and pull the straw up throughout each layer. That way you get the grenadine, the orange juice, the rum, and the blue carousel all at once. I'm going to add a little more rum at the top. All right. There we go. So that's your Bob Marley. Okay, so I'm going to transition. I'm going to change the camera location. I'm going to put the music back on as I kind of clean up my bartending setup that I have here. And I'll come back to you with the review. We're going to try to make it pretty quick. Or I'll do 2. Okay? Hello? Because I am not going to not be able to save this. Okay? All right. All right. music back on, DJ. Turn it back on. All right. Where's my headsets or my earbuds? That sounds like the perfect time to cut down that music. All right, let's get into this chapter too, y'all. Let's get into it. Okay. Now this has been working fine, so I'm not going to mess with it any more than I have, and I'll fix it later. How about that? Okay. So let's talk about chapter 2 and chapter 3 of Caught Up Loving a Trill One. Okay, so you know your neighborhood auntie had to look up what trill was. I've heard it. I've heard Trillville. I've heard trill music. But yeah, I still, I wasn't up on the current. And this is, I believe it is actually probably an old, is considered an old slang. But trill basically means it's a mixture between real and I don't know if I still have it up, but we're gonna see. It is the slang version because it's actually a word that I know this is not what the person that wrote this was talking about. Now, trill, Trill, The real word as a noun means a quivering or vibratory sound, a rapid alteration of song and or playing notes, a trill. Okay, that is a trill. The example they gave, the caged bird launched into a piercing trill. Okay, now that's the actual dictionary word of trill. It's also a verb, to produce a quivering or vibrating or warbling sound, like a screech, a trill. Okay, but the slang version in which this means trill is, it means a trill is a blend of true and real. So in my day and time, we would have said caught up loving a real one, a real dude, a real person, a real down street dude, a real one. You know what I mean. So we have moved on from chapter 1, where we left off, where she is pissed off with her husband Tyson. He has not been introduced in actual action, like he's not doing anything in chapter 1, but pissing off Toy. Okay, she's pissed. You know, he didn't lie. She didn't find out some more lies that he didn't told. Okay, chapter 2 takes us back 6 months earlier than chapter 1. Okay. So we're going to go back and we're going to find out. I'm going to just go ahead and tell you, in chapter 2 and 3, we don't know who he was writing his money order to that she found. You don't find that out in chapter 2 and 3, but you find out a lot. And I find that some of the things that I was thinking was happening with Tyson is true. Okay, so we go into chapter 2, and this is 6 months earlier. She's in her massive walk-in closet, picking out an outfit for an event. We don't know what the event is yet in the first part of this chapter. She's getting ready for an event. She's going through her clothes and her bra and panties in this beautiful walk-in closet. She's on the phone with her mom. It's like, girl, you ready yet? You haven't even gotten dressed yet? You know, girl, you know it takes you forever to figure out what you want to wear. Are you getting ready? She's like, yeah. I'm picking out my clothes now. So she's looking. She's on the phone with her mom. Her mom is like, you need to be on time, especially if Cynthia and Tarika is going to be there. And I hope I'm saying her name correctly. Tarika, Terika. Tarika. That would be her mother-in-law and her sister-in-law, which we do find out in this, in chapter 2, that Tarika is Tyson's sister. Okay, what I failed to do, which I'm going to try to do each chapter, is tell you the characters that is being introduced in this chapter. So we're not introduced. Toy is not introduced. She was already introduced in chapter 1. Toy Hamilton Ford. Her real legal name, we find out in this chapter, is LaToya, with an IYA. The husband is Tyson James Ford. Some attributes of James is he's a nicely built man, all man, sexy, 6 foot tall. He's built, like he has muscles, you know what I'm saying? He's a nice, well-kept man. I would think of him more like like Ghost on damn it. I can't remember the name of the show, but like Ghost. He would be a ghost like character. Well kept together, you know, doing his thing. Cynthia Ford is in this chapter, which is the mother-in-law, Tyson's mother, and Toy's mother-in-law. Tarika is Tyson's sister. Who's introduced in this chapter is Paula, and David. Oh, I thought I had went live with Bigo, and no, they was at the camera just looking at me. But okay, so we're introduced to Paula and David, which is Toya's parents. LaToya's parents. We get introduced to Therese. This is another one of Toy's best friends. So Britton and Therese are Toy's best friend, who is introduced in this chapter. We already have an introduction of Britton on chapter 1. And Zeus, who is Tyson's muscle, his henchman, okay, his security, okay. He's been with him a lot, and that's it. That's in chapter 2. So going forward, she's getting ready for an event, you know, and she's on the phone with her mom, and her mom is like, girl, you need to be there, you know, especially with Cynthia's there. You know, Cynthia and Tarika going to be there. You need to be there on time, okay? I don't want to be hearing their mouth, them talking reckless towards my daughter, because last time she talked reckless to her, you know, mom was about to go in, but she didn't. You know, I'm assuming. This is the reason why the mom does not, Paula do not like Cynthia, because she called her daughter a spoiled bitch, or a bougie bitch, okay, in a previous event that they were at with her mother, and she has not liked her since. You know what I'm saying? And she was talking real reckless about Cynthia. So Cynthia sounds like she is someone to deal with. She's a special character. Okay? All right, people. She is a very special character. So they're going to this event. We don't know what the event is. Her husband comes in to, you know, she's looking at, she's putting up, you know, see, what do you think? I don't know. And she turned around, and her husband Tyson was there and scared her, the bejesus out of her. She was like, oh, shoot. No, she didn't say shoot. She said, oh, shit. You scared me. He said, yeah, I meant to. I came in stealth-like. You know, she came in to, you know, startle her and get a little nookie before they go on the event. So he's like, So he comes in the closet, oh, you looking good, baby. Come here, lovey-dovey. You know, just the lovey-dovey family. You know, not family, but, you know, lovey-dovey. Her mom is still on speakerphone talking real reckless about Tyson's mama. But he don't care, because he's trying to get some booty before he goes in, before they go to this event. Okay, so he was like, my mom is still like, that bitch better not come for my daughter. Okay, I'm adding to it. That bitch better not come towards my daughter, because she started talking reckless. You know what I'm saying? You can't give her my. She's like, Mom. She ain't hearing her because she's talking. Nah. And she's like, okay, I gotta go, bye. She hangs up on her mom without even getting her attention, because she was too busy talking. And she's about to get some nookie from her dad, from her daddy, from her husband. They about to get it in real quick. Okay? He's fully dressed, but he still wants the nookie. Okay? Like a good husband should. You know? So she was like, I'm almost dressed. I just got clean. You know how it is. Like, come on, babe. Come on. I. So she gives in, and then they start to get it in. Boom, chicka, wow, wow. Boom, chicka, wow, wow. Boom, chicka, wow, wow. And then they hear the alarm say, front door open. Okay. God damn. There's only one person this could be. Okay? The kids are too young. The daughters are downstairs doing their thing, fully dressed, ready, waiting for mom. Let them tell it. Okay? So the only person that has keys to their house and drops over anytime they fucking feel like it is Cynthia. See what I mean, y'all? Cynthia is a character. She's that type of mom that she can't let her child go. She raised a mama's boy. And they've been married for 5 years at this point. So there's no reason for her to be able to walk into their house and have a key to their house. Ain't no reason. And that's exactly how Toy feels. He's like, and then she hears, Tyson, Ty, where you at? Like, this is a whole house with a husband and a wife. You know? So she's like, oh, okay, we can't do it. He said, come on, just we don't have to stop because you can't do it. Just finish it on. He was trying to keep going. It's like, nah, son, it's ruined. And you can blame your mother for that. There's no reason why she should be. She ruined the whole mood. He said, I know. He said, he was like, but that's my mom. What am I going to do? He said, you could have taken the keys back a long time ago when I told you to. There's no reason for her to have the keys to our place. This is not a rent. This is our house. So yeah, thank your mom for ruining a good night. You know? So they didn't get to finish. So she goes in to clean up what they started, clean herself up, put on her clothes, get ready to go. It's like, I didn't know she was even supposed to come. I said, she wasn't supposed to. I thought she was supposed to meet us there. And so he's like, yeah, oh, man. And so once she gets dressed, he gets back dressed. And they go downstairs. And Cynthia and the daughter, the tag-along daughter, I don't know what she's doing and why she got to be by her mom, or why her mom always have to have her daughter along with her on her adventures or her driving adventures. But apparently she's always there. And this is not like a little, Tarika is not little, okay? She's not a young child. She is a 30-year-old adult. But she's always with the mama. So they go into, they're sitting there, they get downstairs to the great room and they see Cynthia and Tarika on the couch with the daughters, Journey and Brooklyn. Okay, and the mother-in-law is like, she was like, I thought y'all was supposed to, Tyson was like, I thought we were supposed to meet you there. Now, I can't remember because I am sipping on this Bob Marley, and I will probably be twisted by the end of this video. She says, he's like, what you doing here? I thought you were supposed to be, you're supposed to be meeting us there. Well, yeah, I was, but a good friend of mine told me that y'all hadn't made it yet, so I thought I'd stop through and we could just ride together. Cock blocking mama. Oh, she's the type of mama I can't stand. You just hate it. You hating on, you just, mm. Okay. Okay, so they end up riding together. Know that Toya is not happy about this. She's like, she believes that her mother-in-law and her sister-in-law is spoiled, and they feel like they're entitled to whatever Tyson has. You could tell that by the fact that the mom just used her key to come into her son's house. Okay. Oh, I can't stand parents that's like that. Like, nigga, I got keys to my son's house, to my son's apartment. But guess what I do? I call ahead and say, hey, I'm on my way. Are you home? I'm on my way. When I get there, I have keys to open the door. I could walk in, but I knock on that door first. Okay, because I want him and his roommate and whatever to be decent when I come in there. Hello? And it's just rude. I used to hate that. Just pop over and just open the door. That just makes my skin crawl. I hate that. But at any rate, we're going no further. So they get to the event. So the event is the opening of Tyson's barbershop. Okay. So Tyson is a businessman. So he has different businesses all over the Atlanta metropolitan area. Okay. Now, so they go to the event. It's a success. They're about 20 minutes late, but it's all good. They get there. The kids, the Journey and Brooklyn, get out the truck. They spot their grandparents, Paula and David, and they went running over there to them. The event was designed. The opening of the barbershop was the theme was a block party. So I'm assuming that they did. In my mind, I imagine that they had like an outdoors type of situation where they had music, a DJ outside of the barbershop. People can come in and out, see the barbershop, whatever. But it's a lot of, just a party out on the block. You know what I'm saying? And people were out there. They, did small talk, saw people that they knew. And, it was all good. And it started to wind down. It was about a 2-hour party. Zaddy Tyson, I want to call him Zaddy Tyson, he assured that the kids was going to go with Paula and David, his mother and father-in-law, so that they can finish up what they started at home. They're like, she sees her girl, Therese, and Britain at the party. It's like, hey, girl, how you doing? You finally made it. You know what I'm saying? And Britain sees that, they came with the in-laws, Cynthia and Tarika. And she's like, well, give her some grace because, them bitches. I'm pretty sure they put a wrench in the plan. So, so it's like, whatever. I know we are not, what's the deal after the party? What we doing after, where we going? I know we going out after this, okay? And my kids, Therese was like, my kids is I sent my kids to my mama's house. I am free for the weekend. Let's party. I said, girl, I don't know. I have to make sure my kids, little does she know, that the kids has already been taken care of. Tyson made sure of that. Okay. He said, yeah, I'm sure we're going to do something after this and celebrate some more for the new business that we open and everything. So, yeah. So, they're like, okay, all right. She said, well, he said, girl, you always in somebody's club. He said, I don't know. My kids is with my mama. Therese was like, I'm going to be in somebody's club. So, she's the party girl. I realized that Therese is the party girl. Britain is just the home girl. She's down for whatever, of course. But the party girl is Therese. Okay. the married, the married, happily married woman is Latoya Hamilton Ford. And so we're doing this, and we're so they're there. It starts to wind down. DJ's wrapping up. People are going home, and she goes in and she finds Tyson in the barbershop sitting, chatting it up with some friends in the barbershop. This is where Zeus is introduced. Zeus is Tyson's, have known Tyson since his drug dealing days. This is where we find out that Tyson was a drug dealer when he met Toya. And what it gave me was, heck, I keep wanting to call it gave me Empire vibes without the music. It gave me I keep wanting to call it Ghost, but it's not Ghost. What is the name of that show, the 50 Cent show? The Big Rich Town. Yeah, I just come from the poet's part. Like oh, I can't remember the show. Oh, you know what? That's what computers are for. So, let's see. And I'm going to have to wrap this up, and I'm going to have to do a part 2 so that I can save this. Power. There it is. Hey, computers, Google. So it gave me power vibes. Once she revealed that he was a drug dealer, she met him when he was a drug dealer. And Zeus was his henchman, his muscle. Okay? He's his henchman. Okay? And according to Toy, he left that life because they broke up for a minute. For a couple of months after she had her first daughter, Journey. And because she was okay with that life, even though she didn't grow up with that life. She was very suburban. Toy grew up suburban, so she didn't know nothing about the streets. But when she met Tyson, she learned a little bit about it, and she helped him out with his business a little bit. But once she got pregnant with her first daughter, it's like, I don't want you to be selling drugs anymore. I don't want you to be in these streets with that, anymore, because we have a child now. And he was like, nah, son. It's kind of opposite Power, because if Power, he was trying to get out from selling the drugs and go into being a club owner and a business owner and go legit. He wanted to go legit. But his wife, Tasha, did not want him to change that. She wanted to keep the lifestyle that they had. But in this one, it was that Toya wanted him to go, let's go legal, because I don't really, I don't want no parts of this drug life in our new daughter's life. And he was like, nah, he got used to making the money and doing with business the way he was doing it. And you're asking him to really change his whole life. And he was like, nah, nah though. He said, okay, well, you can't have me. So she left him. They broke up. He was a mess. You know what I'm saying? And he ended. He ended up saying, like, okay, fine. I won't deal drugs anymore. Whatever. Okay, just come back to me. He proposed her. They got married, and as far as she was concerned, he became legal because he opened up several businesses around the Atlanta metropolitan area. So, boom, there that is. So they're wrapping up everything. She finds her husband. He goes, he's like, there's the woman that made this all happen without her. This is nothing. I'm nothing without her. Like a real man should be talking about. I mean, not a real man, because there's a real men out there, but they just don't. A man who really appreciates his counterpart, his wife, his loved one, the one he loves, he really appreciates her. And he's throwing up all this whatever. So one of his boys in the barbershop was like, here y'all go being lovey-dovey. I'm out. I'll holler at you later, Tyson. Zeus, like the goon he is standing at the door, making sure everything is all right, keeping a lookout on the emptying parking lot that's out there. And he's like, whoa, what's going on? He's like, okay, well, she says to him, it's like, after they did the whole salutation, blah, blah, mushy stuff, she was like, she tells him, like, hey, we got some time, a couple of hours before we go out again, I'm meeting my girls, we can finish what we started. He said, say less, boo, say less. He gave her the keys and said, let me wrap it up in here and meet me at the truck, and I'll see you in a few. Now, mind you, I was thinking, like, where's Cynthia? And how's Cynthia and Tarika going to get home? You know what I'm saying? I know, as far as Toy is concerned, she don't give a whoo what's going on. Okay? She don't give a whoo. Okay? So, she's like, okay. So, she starts to walk away, and Zeus like, well, what's this going on? And there's agents coming into the barbershop to arrest Tyson. And they're saying, you are under arrest, Tyson. Tyson James Ford, you are under arrest for bang, 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 bang. Toy is like, what the fuck? Wait a minute. You weren't supposed to be, as far as Toy was concerned, he had left the life. They got married. He opened up businesses. As far as she was concerned, he was making his money with his business, with the businesses that he was opening up all around Atlanta. Seriously? She's like, what? And they're arresting him, and he's calm as hell. Like, he know what it is. He's calm, and she's like, what? She's like, she started to step towards, and the agent came in between her and him. And it's like, oh, but this is my husband. She was like, no, Zeus had to step in and pull her away, like, come on, let's go. He knows her. He's been around them for years. Now, remember, they have been together for 11 years. Zeus has been there in that 11 years. So he knows how she can go from 0 to 100 in 60 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So he kind of had to step in. It's like, come on, let them do their job. We got to wrap this stuff up here, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, all right, so whatever. So that is part 1 and chapter 2 of Caught Up Loving a Trill One. I'm going to wrap this up here on Instagram Live. I'm going to keep Bigo going, and I'm going to keep the podcast recording because I believe I can do that. But I do know with Instagram, I cannot save it if I go past an hour. And I'm at the 48th minute or 49th minute now. So I will catch you all in part 2 where we go into talking about chapter 3. All right? Bye, Instagram.